What's going on, y'all? I want to check out this video from More Pegasus. Apparently, iDubbbz' husband is tripping and bugging out. Let's see what this is about. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. I do it all the time. All right, my bad. Let's. Like, that is not what I came for. My bad. I didn't even do that on purpose the first time.
Welcome back to a series so giga chat. Even the night agent subscribed. In today's video, iDubbbz' wife Anisa is back humiliating him, and she can't help but glaze Hasan. She claims he's simply too attractive to gay men and claims all his haters are sexually obsessed.
What? Why is that even a topic? Boost his quality. That's too low. But yeah, why is that even like a discussion? What is up with these streaming wives embarrassing their husbands on YouTube or live streams?
That's with him. She claims we're all just mad because gay men aren't thirsting after us. Right. She then reveals that she wants to peg iDubbbz in the bedroom. Ew. A chatter asks her what she considers iDubbbz' job to be, and she says he's an entertainer who shares an audience with Markiplier. Absolute delusion. iDubbbz, the Dragon VTuber, is back, and he's claiming there's a secret mole in the H3 podcast who is feeding him info. Ethan has exposed Anisa for her nonstop lies trying to rewrite history. Anisa apparently has a brand new impression of Ethan's wife Ela and hypes it up as the funniest thing in the world, a routine she does at parties. Unsurprisingly, it is embarrassingly cringe. Subscribe or you gotta get pegged like iDubbbz. Let's up!
Pause. I don't know what type of timing you on. Never gonna happen. That's not my style.
Now let's begin. Right, welcome back everybody. I've taken a break from my Slay the Spire 2 addiction to watch Anisa humiliate iDubbbz some more. Surely, it cannot get worse than not wanting to have children with him because they would look like him and thinking that her husband is not attractive to straight women.
Part of the reason why I don't want to have a child with you is because I'm terrified if we have a girl that she's going to have all your masculine features.
I actually don't think there's a world
where I appeal to straight women.
You could appeal to straight women.
I think you're right.
Right, so that brings us to today. She's humiliating him further. Anisa Jomha talks about how people who hate and love Twitch streamer Hasan Piker all want to F him, especially lesbians and gay people. Anisa goes into how she wants to peg iDubbbz, but he doesn't want that. So she compromises. Right, so first she starts off by glazing Hasan again and putting down her own husband. And she addresses the clip of her saying that, oh, Hasan is attractive to everyone.
Someone said, is there a look that appeals to everyone?
Hasan Abi appeals to everyone.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
God. No wonder Ethan's brain is so fucking cooked. Because he goes on all these hate forums and I've noticed no matter where you are in any of these like alt-right hate forums, at the top of it is a sexual frustration. Like, the pillar of the hate forum, whether it's on Reddit or Kiwi Farms or wherever, is like this sexual focus and frustration on like Hasan. Like, you've built like harems for him, and like I remember at one point like he was having sex with men in your mind. Like, please, some weird ass chat. There's always weird. I let them congregate here because it's important to have a back and forth. There's a big difference between making a joke that the dude looks smelly and saying he appeals to every demo on OnlyFans. You can't tell me, okay? I hate that this is fucking clipped and everybody was like shitting themselves as if this isn't fucking true. There is no one I've met on this planet, okay, that has a chokehold on the gay community, gay men, straight women.
The hell is she talking about? I'm over here happy that I got one more of this special headache medication left. because my head is bumping right now. And she over here justifying her attraction to Hasan Piker. That's crazy.
By women. I have never seen hornier. Gay men love Hasan.
Oh my God. Why? Why are you so adamant about this? You would think that she's defending her own husband or something, but no, she's talking about an entirely different man here. One of the worst people out there, just saying as well. But honestly, guys, get you a girl that defends you as much as Anisa defends fucking Hasan Piker, bro. This is diabolical.
Yeah,
Thirsting after another man like this when you're married is actually the saddest, most pathetic thing ever. Also, God knows what she's actually saying, that, oh, all of his haters are sexually obsessed with him. What the hell is wrong with you? What are you even talking about? There is nothing sexual about criticizing Hasan. People are just normally calling him like a weirdo terrorist supporter and a dog abuser who shocks his dog, right? If you think that's somehow sexual, that's something wrong with you. I mean, I guess you can't really blame her. Obviously, she looks at it that way because she's like,
Yeah, because she in love with Hasan. That's because that's how she see him. She can't see Hasan without seeing him in a sexual way. God forbid she look at her own wife like that. iDubbbz.
OFO, right? That's like her entire being. So of course, anytime there's any topic being discussed on the internet, you're going to insert your own worldview in it. You're going to do some massive projection and think it's all about like some weird sexual thing. Honestly, I don't know where she got it from, but I think I can make a guess. It's probably flippin'
You think she deserved the nasty song? Let me know.
Taylor Lorenz, the hack journalist, right? She was saying that Ethan is psychosexually obsessed with Hasan, and that's where the whole thing sort of came from.
Let's give it a nasty song. Definitely. Think she should have been got it.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name. You
Super nasty work.
And that's like the logic that she's using here, right? Anyway, so then she continues double tripling down, saying absolutely how hot Hasan is. Now, keep in mind,
Why?
she never talks this way about iDubbbz, right? And she reserves these sort of compliments only for Hasan. And I feel like this is grounds for divorce, okay? If your wife is out there routinely putting out her heart and soul to defend another man's hotness, you gotta leave immediately. Immediately!
Gay men love Hasan. The loudest, horniest people online for Hasan are men, whether they're gay men or straight men that have not grappled with their sexuality yet, okay? That's the point I was trying to make. I have never seen someone appeal in that way. It's almost like the reverse Pedro Pascal effect. And it is fascinating. And I am allowed to say that, okay? It's just true. I literally saw someone tweet out that they wanted to finger Hasan like a bowling ball. Lesbian women too. Do I get it? No, I don't understand.
Oh my gosh. That sounded nasty. That sounded, at first I was like, wait, what? And then I realized, let's give it a double tap. I'm double tapping.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name. You
Like a bowling ball is crazy work right there. That's wild. Whoa. Like a bowling ball?
Okay, I don't get it, but it's just reality. And some of you sound really mad that you can't get fingered like a fucking bowling ball.
Right. What? Yes, of course, guys. We're all...
Why would I be mad? Why would I be mad? Yeah, something that I would never want in my effing life. Like, that terrifies me. That sounds like hell. Like, what is she talking about? Oh my gosh, she's so nasty. I almost pressed it a third time. So I'm like,
Just jealous. We're just jealous that gay men don't fantasize about us. Surely that is the problem here. Surely all the straight men watching this video are sad that gay men don't want to finger them. That is the Anisa Jomha logic.
yo,
Thank you.
that neck bone putting a donut in a hand. No, oh my gosh, no, that's horrible. Listen, we gonna have to. Look, no one gonna do that. It's gonna be like Mortal Kombat in that bitch. No one's ever doing that to me. Like, how is she describing something that sounds like a horror movie? As if somebody want that. I don't want that in my life. She's crazy. The donut emoji is wild. But that's crazy.
For
man.
starting streaming, by the way. We would have never gotten these brilliant takes and psychoanalysis.
I've seen too many jail movies, bro. I'm gonna be in there. What was that old school 70s jail movie? I forgot. They had like 3 parts too. It was like a boxing and jail movie that I remember my godmother used to make me watch all the time. Because she just liked old 70s movies like Car Wash. But it was this boxing movie and dude tried to run up on him, nigga. He had to throw them hands.
If not for you starting streaming again. Like, iDubbbz was dumb as hell already, but this is another new level. You're unlocking levels of regardation previously thought impossible. Yeah, spoilers, Anisa. I don't...
Oz is another that iDubbbz would have caught the hands of a lifetime, nigga. I'm telling you, I got super strength when I'm scared. Nigga, that's what... All my friends used to say that when I was a kid, bro. Like, you strong as hell when you scared. Nigga, that fight or flight. iDubbbz would have got worked. Nigga, how he ended up at the end of that series, he would have got that first episode. iDubbbz would have never came for me. You crazy.
think straight men really care about
My bad. We talking about a TV show called Oz. It's a jail show.
what if gay men
I was thinking about rewatching it. I watched that when I was young.
want to sleep with them or whatever,
Crazy show.
or if we're part of people's weird fantasies. I think that's just a weird thing that you think about. I feel like the only person's opinion you should care about in regards to like attractiveness is probably the person you're in.
What's up, D King? And there's someone else. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Hopefully you could help me out with that. I see Lane 1327. Tell me how to pronounce your name. I want to make sure I say hello the right way. I like saying hi to everybody.
Interested in your own
Everybody
partner
pulls
and
up.
maybe your own opinion, right? Your own like self-esteem, because
I want my live streams to be like the TV show Cheers.
we all know what happens when you have a low self-esteem like
Everybody knows
iCucks,
it.
right? You turn into this fucking loser who gets walked over by the first girl that comes into your life. I mean, I don't know
Facts.
why I have to explain this to Anisa. It's very hard to even get across this point to such a broken and disgusting person, right? You can't really expect much from someone who sells their body for $5 online, but then goes, commentary YouTubers don't have a real job. They've never worked a job. But yeah, what is my job? Getting naked and snapping a picture. Yeah, congrats. Real hard work
Crazy.
there. Anyways, if it wasn't enough to just glaze Hasan, then she talks about pegging iDubbbz. You cannot make this shit up. Ladies and gentlemen, holy humiliation.
So this is one of my greatest fears, guys. And all different types of... I don't want nothing going near that area. So yeah, I get uncomfortable, bro.
Ritual continues.
Why did you peg Ian? Listen, okay? If
Yeah,
Ian,
sure,
whatever
real
Ian
job.
wants in the bedroom, he gets. The one thing he doesn't want is to be pegged. Am I sad about it? A little bit. But that's life. Okay, it's called compromise. So you're just
Ugh.
mad that you're not getting your little fucked by your online lover.
Why does she
Again,
assume everybody
deal with that
wants-
on your own time. Mine too, girl. Ugh.
Why does she assume everybody wants that?
I think it would be fun, okay? But that's life. He doesn't like butt stuff. What do you want me to do? I think he said that like 20 times. But you guys again want this fantasy. Like whatever makes you happy in the bedroom. If you want to think about
Yeah, it's
pegging, getting pegged, not getting pegged, whatever.
You say you don't like the butt stuff? I've seen some videos with him and the old Filthy Frank crew, I beg to differ. Them niggas was wildin'. They was getting off certain things. I'm like, I don't think that's a joke. The camera shouldn't be zoomed into this area so much to where everyone's looking at it. And I think there's a meme that came from it with iDubbbz. He's like, hey, that's actually pretty good. They was looking at cheeks when he said that. If I'm I could have sworn that was, I think he got a tattoo or something. I don't know. They was doing a lot of freaky, like even the guys from Jackass. There's always a scene that make me go, why y'all doing this? With the kite? Like, what? I used to love Jackass. I'll walk out the movie theater. I see that. Like, you don't got to go full Bruno. You don't got to go full Bruno. But yeah, I think that that would prove the opposite of what she's saying.
That's for you. Respect your partner's boundaries. Find out what works. Compromise. Be open in the bedroom.
Right. So let me get this straight. She just really.
I'm not even going to read what you said, Medium, but I will never know. I will never know. I saw a Road Trip. You ain't going to do what happened to Stifler to me. After that was Road Trip, right? Yeah, no. I'm cool. I will never know. I'm cool. I'm okay.
He wants to peg him, right? And she thinks it's a good idea to put this out online. You know, this is what every loving wife does, actually, in order to show how, you know, amazingly masculine and awesome your man is, your husband is. You talk about how you want to peg him, right? And you know, he has to desperately, meekly, reject your advances. And I find it hard to believe that iDubbbz has actually put up a boundary.
iDubbbz can't fight back. I'm pretty sure she could beat him. I don't think he has a choice in anything in their relationship at all.
For once in his goddamn life, and said no to Anisa. I guess he was like, okay, I'll be a cuck. You know, I'll watch you sleep with other guys. You know, I'll watch you just humiliate me online, just thirst over Hasan. But pegging, that's where I draw the line, Anisa. Stop it. That's where I say no. I'm a
Sub Randu. Yeah, I don't think he's going to say that. I don't believe iDubbbz. It's going to tell her no.
Man, I'm not going to take this. At least in public. We know in about like a week he's going to give in to Anisa's demands, because anything she wants, iDubbbz is going to do, right? So we can reasonably assume that in the near future, iDubbbz will be pegged. Okay, this is like, it's inevitable at this point, right? I mean, I'm glad you stood up for yourself at least once, iDubbbz, but let's be honest, she's probably pegging him tonight. Okay, let's be honest. Bro's boundaries are invisible, basically, all right? He's never getting his way in this relationship, if history is any indication. And honestly, I've literally never seen someone who hates their partner as much as Anisa hates iDubbbz, right? The constant, relentless, demeaning, and humiliating info she shares, it's actually fascinating. I mean, this has been going on for years now. Like, this is the level of Hasan, right? Just consistently being stupid over and over and over again. And it's like she gets off on it. She's absolutely loving all of this. And I just want to ask, what has he done to you that you hate him so much? So she talks about the boundary of not responding to trolls. First off, iDubbbz has been responding to trolls all this time, right? All this time. And the responses have not been good.
Why doesn't Ian respond to trolls well? I think Ian responds to trolls well. He's just an adult, unlike me. Listen, if there's one thing that I really respect about Ian, is he holds boundaries really strong. And when he decides something isn't worth his time, he really decides that it's not worth his time. So that's just how he feels. There's a lot of things, especially when it comes to online interaction, that we just are very different on. Yeah, it's a different vibe over there. You just have to respect it. That's a great way to put it, Felted him. Very healthy way to put it. Because he's just more into boundaries, and he's more into creating a space that I think for him, he entertained it for so long that I think he's just kind of over entertaining. That's an interesting way of he's not competent at his job. What? What do you think his job is? Do you think his job? What? Do you think you guys are the only people on the internet? What the hell? He doesn't want to entertain you. I'll entertain you. I do, but he
Hey,
doesn't.
yo.
Yes. What is Ian's job now?
Why you so fast to entertain other men? I'm just saying that's kind of crazy.
How would you define it? An
She's a little too quick
entertainer,
with that.
just not of those, not of some of you here. No offense, but he's an entertainer. He entertains just a different demographic.
Right, of course. iDubbbz is an entertainer. Now, who the fuck decided that? Who the hell decided that? This dude is the opposite of entertainment, all right? He's only remotely entertaining is because we make him entertaining. If this was an unedited iDubbbz or Anisa stream, nobody is watching, as evidenced by their viewers. They have no viewers. The only reason anybody still talks about them is because we like making fun of them through like drama and commentary videos. And I will agree that, yes, he has like a different demographic. Whoever watches British Dragon VTubers, I guess, God knows which fucking regard is consuming that. I mean, I'm guessing it's like the worst possible trickle down Hasan fan who's like a closet furry, in like a weird mythical way, God knows. But yeah, I think it should be a war crime to call iDubbbz an entertainer anymore. Maybe back in the day, but now, I mean, he's not funny. He's not entertaining in the slightest. He's a complete train wreck. The entertainment is derived from people making fun of him, right? Also, I wanted to talk about Anisa's clothes here. Now, I'm not a fashion guy, obviously. Like, I don't really keep up. Evidently, I just wear copies of the same thing every day because it's convenient, right? And I don't really like thinking too much. But I swear to God, is she wearing
I don't know if that's the reason why I be getting multiple of the same things, but from time to time, I like to switch up my anime shirt. I like to show people my comic book hoodies from time to time. But I'll be lying if I didn't say I had like 10 pairs of a black hoodie. I got like 10 pairs of sweats, same color. Headphones, good lord. Nigga, I'm wilding with the headphones. It's people like, I remember when I posted me getting a manicure and people was like, do you ever change your headphones? Nigga, let me show y'all it's not a game. Let me show y'all it's not a game. This is, nigga, every time. Pair number one. Sorry, this one's a little bit hanging to the side. I don't want to unplug anything. And I feel like if I pull this out, it will. I haven't pulled this out the little corner because it was a little older. The same pair of headphones. You can tell it's older because this shit is rusted. I used to call these the what was the nickname I used to have for them? The old busted joints. And those are the new hotness. And then if I went over here, I literally have multiple pairs of the same headphones. Just because. I do that with a bunch of things. Hoodies. Anything. Them joints is old as hell. Those are like the first pair I had. I ain't been out that corner. Never. So yeah, I get what he's saying on that. Right? I will switch up my different types of shirts occasionally, but I have multiple pairs of the same thing. I'm known for that. You said I still have all my broken gaming headsets. See? I'll be having multiple. Right? Like, if I like something, if it breaks or I want to get a new one, I'm going to get the exact same thing. If I have a hoodie and I'm like, yeah, I like how this one feels. It's nice. If any little thing happens to it, it feels a little bit loose. It's like not as colorful as it used to be. I will get the same hoodie and wear both. So yeah, I'm known for that. He said my closet is like cartoon characters, 60 sets of the same outfit. Yo, I do that a lot. The only thing that really be switching up is when I want to do different comic book or anime hoodies and shirts. And most of those are gifts. I buy in bulk of the same thing. Like I will go to Amazon, look for a black shirt, and get 10 of them bitches. I do that all the time. Because for some reason, weird reason, I feel like my clothes be disappearing. Right? Y'all ever notice that? Like, I don't know. Like socks be disappearing. I always got to get like a bunch of pairs of socks. That's very weird. It's like the laundry eats them.
pants? That looks like pants to me, okay? Except it's her top. Are those just really long pants that go all the way up? What the fuck? Is this some sort of weird onesie? I will never get this, all right? I never understood fashion and I never will. We have like ripped up jeans. When the hell did that become fashion? I thought that indicates you're poor or something. I don't know. But now it's like a rich fashion statement or whatever. Or maybe that was like decades ago. I don't know. I'm not keeping up. But yeah, you can't convince me she's not wearing pants all the way up, bruh. So then people start asking her, what is iDubbbz's audience, right? Who is actually watching him, considering he's so entertaining? Now, the answer is obvious. It's like radical lunatic lefties, right? Hasan type radicals, essentially, or people who just hate Ethan. But Anisa here insists it's actually Markiplier fans. Of course, iDubbbz is just like Markiplier, guys.
Which demographic does he entertain? I think he's got a pretty big crossover with Northern Lion now. Like if you look at his back end, like what the crossover is, it's a lot of like Northern Lion. Like there seems to be some crossover with Markiplier, surprisingly. That crowd. So I mean, you know, I'm sorry that
she do have some devils on her shoulder. That's weird.
It's not entertaining to you guys, but I mean, I get it. It's not your
Okay, I'm sorry. Get Markiplier's name out of your filthy mouth. Imagine thinking iDubbbz and Markiplier share an audience. You gotta be straight out of an insane asylum. Are you actually kidding me? There is no overlap at all. I guess she's saying this because she thinks like all gamers are the same. I guess iDubbbz was playing World of Warcraft.
Markiplier just came out with a whole movie and it sold. I don't think iDubbbz could put out a movie right now or ever.
Craft a little bit, and that somehow makes him Markiplier. That's like what an extremely old boomer for the first time he's watching YouTube. Oh yeah, the Markipliers and the PewDiePies, and then he just thinks all YouTubers are that. That's essentially what she's reducing it to, right? And I really wonder what the Markiplier fans think of this, right? That he's being compared to fucking iDubbbz, the Omega cuck, right? The guy who takes from charity. Now, she also mentioned another name there, a streamer named Northern Lion, right? I actually did come across this guy recently because he was actually playing a bunch of Slay the Spire, right? So again, I don't see the similarity at all. From what I understand, iDubbbz is literally talking politics all the time, right? And he's trying to, you know, lecture an Iranian person, and he's making some weird PowerPoints about H3, responding to all this drama. This is completely different from what someone like Northern Lion or Markiplier does, right? So I don't know how the fuck you make this comparison. You got to be the most delusional lunatic. And this is what I'm trying to say, that these people live in a different universe, right? They don't even understand how the world perceives them at all. Like iDubbbz is spending his time slandering people like Ethan, calling him a PDF file who touches his own children, right? Putting that Destiny allegation on stream. That's not something Markiplier would ever fucking do, is it? And this is all probably because he played WoW one time. Yeah, nice. Great logic there. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't the connection be more to Asmongold? Because that's like a more well-known sort of WoW player, but obviously that comparison is never going to be made because he's on the wrong side of politics or whatever. That's like a forbidden name. She'd never compare.
I rock with Markiplier more so for the movie stuff, right? I never really watched him up until I was hearing that Hollywood was trying to shut him down and whatnot. So I went and like looked into it, and I respect the heck out of that. Y'all know I'm team independence, right? I would love for YouTubers to get their act together, right, and start producing better content or higher level content like he's doing, right? And there's a few other content creators that are doing that type of stuff. I told y'all I would like to eventually start doing Christian films. So we'll see. I pressed the wrong button.
Her iDubbbz to Asmongold. So instead she has to choose like these sort of safe figures or whatever. But that's probably not.
What's up, Computer Blue? How you doing?
Not going to end well. A lot of people are just going to end up hating you even more, right? Right, people responded to like the pegging clip. Here comes the choo-choo train, Ian, and I cannot play this for obvious reasons. It's like a train going into a tunnel, of course. How the frick do you compromise on pegging? I don't know. Do not be asking me this question, okay? This is a question reserved for iDubbbz, okay? You can ask it to him in his Q&A. Lesbians aren't attracted to men. It's part of what makes them lesbians. If a woman is attracted to women, it's
So I'm gonna be the new Mel Gibson. Well, we both say the N word the same amount of times, so. Oh man, people probably gonna hate that joke. It's a joke. It was a joke. I like the passion.
thirsting over Hasan. She's not a lesbian. She's bi. Dude, I can't be asked to even like navigate the logic of what Anisa is even talking about at this point. She's obviously just projecting her own fantasies that she thinks like Hasan is like this absolute deity of a person and her husband is the most pathetic loser on the planet. And she has to go with him. So she's trying to turn him into Hasan, which is like never going to happen.
What was
and she
they
has
talking
to
about? What was they talking about for him to be looking like this? So like, this is hilarious. The look of like judgment on him.
go with him. So she's trying to turn him into Hasan, which is like never going to happen. They're both like
not
equally horrible in their different ways. I've never met anyone who openly hates their partner more than Anisa and claims she doesn't. That's the thing. Like she can't even be honest about it. Ian is the most raped man on the planet. Could you imagine living under the roof of your prawn star girlfriend's parents' house because you fell off so hard? Guy should donate plasma and get a clue. Bro, if you're still broke after your girlfriend has like an OnlyFans, I mean, that was like the one
Yeah, so he dropped M-bombs because he a real one. That's gangster.
purpose. It's like that was the deal you made, like the deal with the devil. Like, okay, we're gonna lose all our dignity. Everybody's gonna make fun of us. I'm gonna get called a cuck all the time, but it's okay because at least we have money. And you don't even have that. That is absolutely dastardly. Reminder, iDubbbz literally admitted that he has to stream for money. Like he has to do this for money.
Creator Clash has been it's hard and, you know, took a huge toll on me financially. Why do you think I'm fucking streaming? You think I'm streaming because I'm set up for life? I'm not. Even though, you know, it was a fun event and a lot of people enjoyed it, it's a little bit tough.
She always goes on about how disgusting and sexual the H3 folks get, and she's talking
To be clear, I stream because I like hanging out with you guys. I could just be making videos on it. This dude is a weirdo. How do you say stuff like that? You don't want to hang out with your crew? Well, he's a loser, so you just see people in the audience as numbers. I could never do that. Shoot, I'm in the audience.
about holes and pegging your husband. You're just mad you're not getting your b-hole effed. Yeah, this is truly just like a degenerate person all around. Truly rotted in the brain. Why does this hoe have to relate everything with sex? It's like creepy and weird. God knows. Lol, I get to dust this one off and we got iDubbbz and Anisa.
Yeah, the Froggy Fresh thing was crazy. Even though I do think Froggy Fresh was kind of antagonizing him. Like, if you know that they are the ones running the company, taking a little shot at them or a joke at them, and you know that they sensitive, it's like you asking to get kicked off. But did they have to be sensitive? Nah. If I was iDubbbz, what? I'd have been like, okay, no, you good. Listen, we got a last minute switch up. Your opponent will now be Demetrius Johnson, the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Here you go. Oh yeah, y'all gonna be doing MMA rules too. In fact, no, we doing blood sport rules, nigga. Let's get it. I ain't canceling the fight. I'm gonna pull a Vince McMahon, nigga. I might pull out your opponent is me. Do the Vince McMahon walk into the ring, nigga. We about to get it in. No weight class. But I wouldn't have kicked him from the event. That's crazy. But I do think that Froggy was kind of like playing with fire by doing that.
Here in a bedroom, and it's time for
You know iDubbbz is sensitive. Come on.
your pegging, and this is actual tweet that she made. Sounds like she's using the stream as an emotional dumping ground, something they accuse Ethan of. I swear Anisa's attracted to every guy but her own husband, especially gorgeous Gabe, especially when he's pummeling iDubbbz in the face. The frick is that top? I knew it wasn't normal to wear pants all the way up till your neck, bruh. Anyway,
I think there's a boxing event today that I actually want to see. Aiden Ross is doing an event tonight. I want to catch that. I want to see what happens with the blue face fight.
Well, speaking of iDubbbz, let's do a little check-in on our favorite dragon VTuber. iDubbbz says there is a mole inside the H3 podcast.
There is a mole.
Josh
There is a
crazy.
mole inside of the harassment podcast. There is a mole. I will not share what mole is moling, but we do have some insider information.
Ain't no
I will
damn
not
mole.
share the tea. I will not share the tea, but
There ain't no damn mole. You just using that whack tactic of trying to get someone like frustrated and panicking, thinking that there's a mole in their camp. Ain't no mole. He wouldn't be able to afford to pay them. Like, come on.
things are developing. Let's put it that way. I will share it with you at a later date. Maybe someone will eventually leave the podcast and I will share it with you. Oh, I love
excited.
that. Guacamole.
Okay, it's official. He's lost it. He's completely lost it. This is a
He's a
man
weirdo.
going insane in real time. Well, not really a man. I guess a dragon cuck. What a combo, by the way. Holy. Right, so he says that there's a mole. By that he means like an undercover agent who is actually working for iDubbbz, Anisa, and Hasan, I guess, and he's like not actually on Ethan's side. I mean, maybe. I don't really know much about his podcast, like his the specifics of his employees or whatever. Maybe there is someone like that, but if there was, right, hypothetically, which there probably isn't, right, let's be honest, but why would you expose that? Isn't that like the worst fucking strategy ever, that like there's a spy among like 5 people, right? There's like 5 people to choose from and you're like, yeah, there's definitely a spy here.
If it was real.
I feel like it would be pretty obvious as to who it was, right? Like, you're so bad at fucking espionage, I guess. But I don't know, man. The fact that this
That's
dude is
funny.
like salivating over it, like plotting this thing of like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna mess with H3's head right now. I'm gonna say that there's a mole when there's not actually one. It's like, it's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, bro. And that accent,
weird.
I swear to God, he needs to drop it. The other dragons are embarrassed at this point. My response to anything iDubbbz says, and it's old iDubbbz saying 2 slurs. Is there context why this man in his 30s is an English dragon now, or did he just wake up fruity as frick one day? Well, I'm assuming he finally gave in to Anisa's demands to peg him, and then the day after he decided, okay, I'm a British dragon VTuber now. That would kind of make sense. Okay, now I'm starting to piece the puzzle together here. I've just solved the Millennium Puzzle, guys. This is the last thing you do if you actually hit a mole. Let's break it down. Dan openly hates iDubbbz. Love constantly edits thumbnails of Ian looking disgusting, makes highlights of him. AB and Lena openly called out iDubbbz and Anisa for being bad friends. Tamara and Morgan, longtime fans who seem happy to be part of the show. Okay, so there's like a breakdown of the employees. I don't know the specifics. I'm not like a, avid viewer. There's a mole on Anisa's ass. We've all seen it, but Ian has to
What?
look at the photos. Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
He isn't friendly with anyone there anymore, so this is bullshit. The mole was Olivia and she left because she was stupid enough to think they'd stop harassing her when she dead. Just wait, the mole is Ethan feeding them false information from a burner account. That actually sounds like something he'd do. A smarter villain once said, never to explain your masterstroke if you can still affect its outcome. It's impossible to watch this regard for more than a second and not feel physical pain from the cringe of it. Thorough.
That's
Moving
hilarious.
on to Ethan beefing with Anisa. Apparently she tried to lie about a story. Ethan calls out Anisa for saying he was scared of Harley due to the Sam Hyde association and had to be convinced into inviting him to a party. Right, so he posted this. Ian and Anisa asked to attend a Teddy Fresh party. They told Harley about it and he texted me to ask if he could come. I'll post the entirety of our conversation on our next story.
Harley wanted to come. Epic Bacon Blackface or whatever Ian calls him. Harley. He wanted to come to the party, and Ethan was like scared of him because of his association with Sam Hyde. So we had to like convince Ethan to let Harley in to the party. That's the last time. The vibes were bad. I don't know. Like, it was all a bunch of like weird I clung to the arm of my husband.
Right, so he posted the conversation here. Hi, Ethan, it's Harley.
Oh, crap.
I'm in LA solo. Any chance I can get to that Teddy Fresh thing?
Clung to the arm of her husband. You believe that? You think that Anisa would like hang on to iDubbbz if she was scared and uncomfortable? That sound like bullcrap.
Tomorrow, I'd love to be there. I got you. I'll have them add you. That's awesome. How you been? Well, dude, yeah, just show up. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Thanks. Yeah, me too. Looking forward to catching up. Here is Ian telling Harley he didn't want to ask me if Harley could come. In other words, they did not even discuss it with me. What a strange projection. Bizarre stuff. Okay, I'm glad you made it happen. I didn't want to ask. Okay, so Anisa is just making up stories, essentially. If I was a streamer, the one person I wouldn't want to cross is Ethan, to be honest. Bro is on a generational run right now. Raw's Media once said that Anisa, in his idiot influences of her, I swear half her problems would be solved if she just shut her damn mouth. That line can be applied here as well. Well, that kind of applies to like every influencer, to be honest. Just gotta yap. Kind of obvious when most of the stuff they say are either extremely exaggerated or lies. At this point, not really worth trying to disprove. No one besides the truly delusional will believe them. It's out of context. He will say that. I mean, he is a Hasan fucking disciple. So Anisa responded, threatens to go nuclear on Harley after Ethan denied her accusations about him being scared to invite Harley to a party. If Harley Morenstein, aka Epic Baconhead, says one scandalous, salacious, or otherwise unsavory thing about me on his Bacon and Egg podcast today, I will go nuclear. You have been warned, Mr. Moron. It will never not be funny to me how easy it is to get on Ethan's Instagram stories. Why any of you, especially a multimillionaire, care is so beyond me. I will take it though. Discovery on Twitch is hard. First off, Anisa, thank you for admitting.
Oh, that's disgusting. So they admit that they've been making up stories about Ethan Klein just so they could get him to pretty much shout them out or talk about them for promotion. You're a loser. So should people make up stories about iDubbbz and Anisa just to get promotion? Yeah, that's crazy.
That you're completely irrelevant. That's very nice of you. Second off, I don't think it's much work for Ethan to quickly post an Instagram story, right? Not to mention for us to post these videos, we are literally profiting off of you. You're giving us... So it's not like we actually care about you. It's more that it's just profitable for us. Also, let me just...
Who's all these? Somebody that work for Ethan Klein? I don't care. I don't care. If they dress like Shaq, that's what people are mad about. Who cares about that? People are upset because they dress like Shaq?
Let's get this straight. She says that she's going to go nuclear. Does she mean she's going to go demon time? Watch out, she's going to go demon time. Watch out, Mizkif is going to get really mad that you're stealing his demon time. This is the Streisand effect in full force. If Anisa and Ian stopped talking about H3, they'll stop talking about them and all the negative publicity would stop. But she's too brain dead to realize that. Gotta feed the trolls. She literally just threatened the guy going on the show because she cares so much about the podcast just to bring it up again and again to stay relevant because iDubbbz has failed her every step of the way. She is why Iran can't...
You said the epic mealtime, dude. Oh, that's from forever ago. Damn. I haven't heard that in quite some time. Okay, yeah, this guy. That's crazy.
Have nukes. How old is she again? 30. Oh my god. Dude, people need to keep reminding me that these are like full-grown adults. 32? Like holy! And you're acting like that? Wow. So anyways, they responded, Ethan and Harley talk about Anisa and iDubbbz.
But so I'm like, what's going on? What's the move here? How is this beneficial for them in the long run? What are you doing?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And all they've achieved so far is just feeding, absolutely letting, there's channels that are feasting on them, they're making a fortune like Kino Casino, Nicholas Diario, us to an extent. They're spinning golden content for us and we are feasting. We're eating well. You know, he doesn't have CTE.
I don't have
you've said that. You said that. You just say it one time, bro.
They also
say
like,
it once. That's it.
When Creator Clash 2, Creator Clash 3 were coming out, I always said, I was like, oh yeah, you should go on those shows. They want to talk to you. All your haters and stuff, they were probably iDubbbz fans once upon a time. Go on and just be a person and talk to them. Put yourself out there, you know. So I'm not doing any conversation for the event. It's not my event, but just go and do it. But they didn't want to do that. Mm-hmm. They didn't have any energy for that. That was a waste of time. That was not the way to do it. But then they did the H3 video.
And that was a total good advice, by the way.
Yeah, that was
them. If they had done that.
Is it Kino Casino? Y'all like that show? Is it good? I never watched it. Is it good? Yeah, no, I'm not a hater. Is it a good show? I just never had a chance to watch it.
Go and be out there.
Absolutely,
Talk.
because everybody was talking about it. You might as well
Didn't one of
go.
the guys box? Oh, nah, that went bad, right? Then one of those dudes go against Salt Poppy. He should have never did that. They looked like they was like 2 to 3 weight classes apart too. Like Salt Poppy must have cut weight. It seemed like that guy don't know about weight cutting, so he probably didn't think. It's probably a few people that's like, who the hell is Salt Poppy? Some boxer dude or dancer dude that started boxing, and I think he fought the guy from Kino, right?
And talk to them and address it, and maybe you can actually get more people to buy tickets.
Yes, I mean, as one of the channels feasting on their downfall, I do
I'll check it
appreciate
out.
the daily humiliation rituals in Crash Out. It's a nice break from Hasan, but it's not really, because she's still talking about Hasan. She's still obsessed with him, right? She can't stop saying how attractive he is to gay men and to her, evidently.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
sounds
iDubbbz is
crazy.
obsessed with becoming the white Hasan, which is probably the most cuck statement I've ever heard in my life. I'm telling you guys, the consequences of Diddy Piker will go down in history, and so will the legendary series for exposing these pieces of trash. So then Ethan pulls up an old post of Anisa just supporting Ela.
That's why they've lost everything.
Live and
That's why they're utter failures. That's why they've lost everything. That's why they're broke. That's why they're living in the northernmost populated city on earth. You know, it's because they make serially bad, self-destructive decisions. And I think that's an Anisa special that she's kind of brought into the marriage. So anyway, she's like, the event was horrible. Everybody's scared. Everybody's terrified. And then people started looking back at her talking about the event. So shout out Pissum Kingdom. Dug up this old tweet of Anisa's from June 23, right? Having so much fun styling.
This says Salt Poppy know how to fight though. I could beat him. If he comes back up and weight. I'll wash him. I'll wash Salt Poppy. But if I cut down to the weight that he's at now, then I don't know. That'll be a little bit harder. But if he comes back up in weight, what? That's light cake. But I've trained. You know what I mean? I remember when he was doing the whole YouTube boxing thing, I kept trying to get in it. And every time they would set up a match for me, somebody would back out. So
Ela's new collection. I feel like a ripped denim skirt goes perfectly
but Salt Poppy's a one-trick pony.
with the She-Hulk vibe. Love the Marble Teddy Fresh collab. So, I mean, the only way to look at, like,
The
what a
pressure on him is
fucking
over.
lying, pathetic, phony loser.
And there was never any engagement contract or like,
Of course not.
I'll gift you and you need to post or anything like that. This was all just pure out of love. Like or so I thought. They didn't need to post.
No,
Nobody ever asked them to post. If I ever gifted them anything, I was like, no pressure. You don't need to wear it. You don't need to tag.
Yeah, of course not. And so the only way to interpret this, and there's a lot of posts like this, if I'm to believe what she's saying now, is that she is like a high-level psychopathic liar that just has no problem lying to someone's face, pretending.
I mean, it's funny how things change and history is completely rewritten.
No, he got power. He got power in his left. What it really is he gets people, he tricks them into coming in because he fights southpaw just like me. But I know more tactics and strategies to put somebody out. But he tricks them into going into his left, right? And what he really is a counter puncher. So he's going to make you think that he's being aggressive. He wants you to come in. And then once you come in, that left lands, right? If you can be more so aggressive without making mistakes, you'll beat the crap out of him. Look at every fight that he's lost. It's against people that are aggressive who make less mistakes. But that's just me. Like, and I was saying that before he lost. Like, yo, put me in there with Salt Poppy. He ain't gonna be doing all that dancing. I'm cutting off the cage. And mind you, I'm a counter puncher. So like, I know all the tactics that he's gonna get off. I'm gonna start pulling out some of my 52 blocks strategies, and then he ain't gonna have no answer for that.
Written by all these people, right? all this time, iDubbbz and Anisa, they hated Ethan all
I saw
along, right?
videos
They
of
were
the
never
boxing,
friends,
yes, and-
according to iDubbbz. You know, iDubbbz would have you believe they were never even close. Meanwhile, they would go to each other's house, admitted that they were literally best friends. God, I genuinely don't know, like, what sort of virus has Hasan installed in these guys' brains, bro? This is what happens when you watch that guy's stream. It's a software that's downloaded in your head. How are you so steadfast in this cult? I'm actually like studying this like a scientific phenomenon. I just don't understand, bro. The extent at which he's able to brainwash people who were previously, you know, rational, normal people. Well, at least iDubbbz was. Yeah, I don't know about Anisa, right? Truly fascinating. And the only cure right now is the legendary series. Holy, we gotta make like vaccines from this shit. Please let the divorce arc happen. I genuinely want to see modern Ian without this woman's influence on him. I'm fairly certain he's too far gone. Even after the divorce, he's too brain rotted. Okay, I just don't see a redemption. But again, 10 years ago, I would not have seen iDubbbz turn into this. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, maybe AI can fucking warp his neurons or something. Ian looking fresh out of the dumpster. After all the divorce arc prediction, you know what? Just to stick it to everybody else, they'll stay together in spite of the commentary crowd. So they hate each other and they're trying their best to seem like one happy couple. Yeah, I mean, they can try their best. Obviously, they're going to try. But I mean, eventually, you just got to cut your losses, right? Anisa 100% isolated and trapped Ian, brainwashed him into believing agreeing with his politics and beliefs. Anyone who disagrees with her is attracted to her, misogynistic. So deluded, intellectually dumb. Now, apparently Anisa was doing an impression of Ethan's wife, Hila, and she was hyping it up like it's the greatest thing in the world. And she was like performing this at parties. And here it is.
She said in the first one that she has this killer impersonation of me, but she's not going to do it. She's going to hold back and she's not going to do it.
It's too brutal.
And now we're gonna play it? That feels so fucked up.
And then by the third stream, she's doing it.
Well, that was obvious. But it's too brutal. She's like, dude, nobody's going to survive this. So here it is. Here it is. I know.
You really have to do this?
Hila's seen it. She's giving me permission to play it.
Right.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Nicholas Diorio. What can I say? You do your research.
That was more like Kermit. That was like a Kermit the Frog impersonation. That's what that sounded like.
Yeah.
Got him.
I was just confused again. With her recent Twitter, I didn't know what she was doing.
No, I wouldn't have.
And by the way, I'm sure I don't think anybody. Okay.
She does that at parties?
She does it at parties.
That's
not.
She does. She did it at a. You know what's the party? She was hanging out with Denims, and she said Denims loved it.
Oh, she was probably cackling.
So you know there was a lot of this.
Here, you want to hear my impression of Anisa? Hey, my name is Anisa, and you just did a silly voice.
Me, Anisa.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I hate Jewish people. You literally didn't sound anything like her. You just did a silly voice.
Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with Anisa? That might have been the worst impression I've ever seen.
He said Kermit impression. I can't do Kermit. I think I could do iDubbbz. I think I could. Hi, I'm iDubbbz. I like to sit in a corner and watch my wife and Hasan. That's how he sounds. Like a white Steve Urkel. You know, I do that. That's my, I was about to say white Steve Urkel. That's my iDubbbz impersonation.
And at least make it somewhat funny or something. Maybe take some tips. Maybe go, demon time. You see how my impressions are actually one-to-one, completely accurate, one-to-one, exact recreation of Mizkif.
It is time to go full demon time.
I don't know. I feel like you need some tips. Okay, maybe you can ask Ultimate Gooning Lord, Dan Clancy, right? We all know that he's like half your subs at this point.
That was the famous Elon Brett. That was, yeah. It kills at parties. I had a poker event that I
did. She takes this on the road.
Kills at parties.
And by the way,
He said the fact that she takes this on the road. That sounded like the old Ethan Klein that I used to watch. The fact that she takes this on the road. Yeah, that is wild. I'm saying, yeah, guys, I take this act out to parties, you know, if anyone wants to book me. Like, you can hire her to come and do that impersonation.
The context is that she's surrounded by enough people that know the reference or know about Elon, that she's like someone that they're supposed to hate. That's
After
you want to know what kind of party she goes
She
to?
just said we bond over hating, and then she goes
That
on
was
to say
weird.
that's what she does at her parties.
Yeah, you should wait till
Every-
you
If it's that much of a bond over hate, you can't say it's real friendship.
thing is an instant projection.
Yes,
instantly.
every single sentence.
wait till you see
It's
what kind of
Shoot, me and my chat, we be roasting people, but we'll sit here and have an hour conversation about cereal. So we bonding over TV shows, movies, cereal, all types of stuff, man. Ain't just about who we dislike.
party she was doing it at.
That's funny.
God, they are embarrassing. You do this at parties? What the fuck? How would that even work? What kind of parties are you even talking about? Are they just filled with Hasan orbiters or whatever? Because I feel like no normal person is laughing at that because nobody even knows who random YouTubers are. This is so weird. It's like, how could
He said Ian's a bit more nasally. I ain't do my vocal warm-ups this morning, man. Y'all know I be doing my singing vocal warm-ups. I ain't get a chance to do it because I ain't get much sleep.
you be at a random party and people just get a niche reference from internet drama? Like you would have to give like a 30-minute previous lore recap, right? You'd have to play an entire drama video before that. So I that's obviously a story that she's making up to seem cool, which is so fucking pathetic. Also, I don't know what her obsession is with Ethan's wife as well. Like she doesn't even go after them that much. It's just sort of like retaliatory responses, but they try to constantly pick on her as this sort of like weak link, but it never works. It's just so pathetic. Now click this video or you gotta go to an iDubbbz.
I ain't going nowhere with iDubbbz. Yeah, I think iDubbbz and his wife, or my bad, husband, are both crazy, but that's my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit that hype button. And don't forget to check out my live stream. That's right, I said live stream. Go and see the live tab on my homepage.